Folks, welcome to the Horns Up halftime show. I'm Maniac. I hope you're having a good Saturday. I hope you got to the Home Depot. Hope you got your errands taken care of. Right now, the UB offense and namely Jarpat are taking care of business as the UB football Bulls lead the Kent State Can't Read, Can't Write, Kent State Golden Flashes 35-24, and it has been the Jarrett Patterson show in the first half. 18 carries for 267 yards and 5 touchdowns. Those are stats that if you had a game like that, you'd be talked about all week at a national level. He has done it in a half, and he's ready to do more. I mean, UB with only an 11-point lead, they came out and they did what they needed to do. There was a lot of good in this first half. The fact that they came out and they hit them right in the mouth, 14-0, that's great. The fact that, the offense has been able to kind of dictate the pace when they've gone play action, later in the second half or second quarter especially, I thought they were having a lot of success. I know Van Treese is only 8 for 14 for 96 yards, but, I think he's been successful when they needed him to be. He struggled a little bit early. With that said, Crum is running circles around this defense right now. We have got to get some pressure on this guy. I know we're trying to sit back, let him make a mistake, but he's dropping dimes right now. You got to give credit where credit's due. Crum is no bum. Crum is no bum right now as the Kent State has 24 points at half. He's got 200 yards. So, yeah, I mean, you take away that 14-0 start. Not that you can, but, it's a whole different ball game. So we'll see what's going on right now. UB leads 35-24, and obviously, like we said, it's the Jarrett Patterson show. It's not the Jarrett Patterson show. It's the Horns Up halftime show brought to you by Picasso's Pizza. Go to picassospizza.net, but it's still the Jarrett Patterson show. Again, 267 yards, 5 TDs. This could be his official coming out game at a national level. I know he had Bowling Green last year. I know he had Bowling Green last week, but sometimes it takes, knocking people upside the head a little bit before they finally get the clue, and maybe they're finally starting to do that on Jarrett Patterson. Comment in the chat, whether you're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, what you think the key to the second half for these UB Bulls are as we roll on with the Horns Up halftime show. We are going to take a quick look around college football. If my browser will refresh, and it does. We got Syracuse leading NC State. 1-8 Syracuse leading NC State 22-14. Florida scores out of the second half to take a 21-10 lead on Kentucky. Indiana, after that big performance at Ohio State last week, only with a 7-3 lead over Maryland. So we'll have to see. Maybe a letdown spot there. Texas Tech so far hanging with Oklahoma State, only trailing 21-17. Got Michigan driving on Penn State early in the second half. It looks like Cade McNamara is going to be the guy for Michigan as we go there. And then the MAC action, of course. We got Ohio at 45-10 on Bowling Green. The news there, I believe, was that there was some news regarding Rourke potentially being injured. So, you got to stay loose. Just like my guy Dewey says, stay loose, Jarpat. You see him on the bike in the sideline. And then you got Western Michigan up 20-17 on Northern Illinois, of course. Ooh, and also, can't forget, Ball State 17, Toledo 3. That's a matchup of two 2-1 teams in the MAC, so that's obviously one to watch. But right now, UB has to focus on taking care of business. They did so in the first half, 35-24, so we'll obviously take that as we go the scores around the league. And Bulls faithful are obviously looking at this game, and then they got an hour from now, UB Army. It'll be UB Army facing off. Bulls with a pretty commanding, tempo controlling win yesterday. You got a big game out of Jonathan Williams. So there were 4 Bulls that played 30-plus minutes yesterday. I think the 3 familiar ones that everyone understands is Jonathan, Javon, and Ronaldo. And then the I think shocking one to a lot of Bulls fans, and not to anyone's dismay, to everyone's excitement, Brock Bertram, 4 for 5 from the field with 12 boards. So if you're going to be getting double-digit boards out of Brock then this Bulls team has obviously a lot of things clicking and a lot of things to be excited about this year as Bubbleville rolls on. They beat the Towson Tigers 74-65 yesterday, and they'll face Army today, I believe, as a favorite. I don't want to get too much into it, but it'll be very interesting to see what they get out of the other depth players as well. I know, obviously, there are some guys we want to see a little bit more out of. But speaking of getting a little bit more out of, this second half, keep doing what you're doing on offense. There's literally no reason to change anything. Everything on offense is going perfectly for the Bulls. Keep doing what you're doing. Use that Patterson advantage, that Patterson effect to get play action opportunities to an open side of the field for Van Sheesh. And then on defense, we just need a couple plays. Make a couple plays. Get some pressure on, get some pressure on this guy. It's pretty simple. Crum has been able to sit back there so far and make plays. And yeah, he has run around a little bit. But you're not going to live running around like he runs around, plain and simple. I know he's got those long strides. I give long strides more credit than anybody. But it's Horns Up here at the Horns Up Halftime Show, brought to you by Picasso's Pizza. Folks, hit them up, picassospizza.net. It's game day tomorrow for the Bills. Bills, Chargers, they want to dominate. You should dominate with Picasso's Pizza. Let's go get a big second half. Let's go make sure that Kent State goes down and the Horns go up. Let's go, Bulls.